TYC family, welcome to our 7th episode. I really can't believe that we're this far. I can't believe that we started this project with an idea, we conceptualized it, and this is how far we are. This is the impact that we've made. You guys have supported us, you've come along in our journeys, you have interacted in our conversations, you have taken part in the conversations, and you've made this part of our organization so much bigger than we thought it would be, and we thank you for that. But today we are doing something completely different. As you see, there are no chairs. No chairs at all. It's informal. It's so informal, but we're doing such an important exercise. Today we are doing a vision board exercise for the Young Catalyst organization. And with me, I've got obviously two important people, a part of the organization, who will introduce themselves.
Yes, I am Kanya Mkoto, and I am the director of the Young Catalyst. I'm truly excited about this. I think it's going to be great. Part of us doing a vision board exercise and doing it practically so that you as well can get into the habit of mapping out your life so that the dreams that you have can manifest. Yes, Godfrey.
Yeah, I'm Godfrey Matibane, and I'm the multimedia specialist for the Young Catalyst. I've never done a vision board before, so I'm pretty excited to be part of this as well, as we sort of have a vision for the Young Catalyst and see where we're gonna take it in the future.
So Kanye was speaking about intention, and he was speaking about how important it is to map out what you want for yourself. So Kanye and I personally have always done vision boards, but I wanted to first ask you, Kanye, while we're doing our vision board and while we're getting ready, where did this whole thing start? I mean, it started with a vision, obviously, but take the Young Catalyst viewers through how TYC actually started.
Yes. So this was a vision which started as a brand which was called the Testimony Stories. So it was basically me highlighting young leaders within Port Elizabeth, because at the time I was based in Port Elizabeth, and I would basically share their stories. That's what it was. And the reason it started in the first place is because I was at a time during my master's year where I was just feeling so lonely. Like I felt like I had no one to talk to. I was in the closet as well. So it was just a very, very terrible time for me. And I wanted to create a platform which would celebrate people and would also make people never to feel alone, like I felt. So created the vision back in 2015 as the Testimony Stories, and then I decided, I think in 2016, to rebrand it to the Young Catalyst. And basically we started with, what did we start with again? What did we start with?
It was just us. It was just me and you.
It was just me and you. It was...
And
Kanya,
it was the website.
Yes,
Kanya,
the website.
I think, came in a bit later. It was website. It was just us writing things on Facebook. It wasn't as big as it is now.
Absolutely.
But it was just like, it started off slowly.
Absolutely.
Started off slowly.
Absolutely.
And bit by bit, we added on to the team. You called Kanya, who's brilliant, by the way. I'm so sad that she's not here. But she's focusing on her studies at the moment. But we added Kanya on, and she became an integral part of it.
Absolutely.
Godfrey then came on, and he added his own flair into the organization. So it started off very slowly.
Absolutely. And the whole intention is to connect people. I think that's what we want to do. We want to inspire, and we also want to make a real tangible change, but conversationally more than anything. I think we found that as a team, that's what we're truly passionate about. That's how the Young Conversations have come about. It's basically through us having a passion for having real conversations and taking the conversations that we have and basically putting them out there so that other people can join in. Hence, we've had so many different topics, basically, from people who are experts in their different areas.
Definitely. And personally now, guys, have you ever had the feeling of just anxiety about your future? Just anxiety. That build-up of anxiety of, I have a 9 to 5. I don't feel like I'm doing anything towards my passion. I am not seeking out anything that will help me towards what I ultimately want to do. Have you ever felt that anxiety? Like it feels heavy here. For me, I felt it when I was at a particular radio station, and I was thinking to myself, where am I going? Where's this thing? I thought I was supposed to be a a broadcaster at this moment. I'm supposed to have my own show. I'm supposed to, I thought so many things would have manifested by the time I was a certain age.
Yeah.
What did that anxiety feel like for you? And when did you feel that anxiety?
Nah, I still feel it. I mean, I still feel it. I think in your 20s, unfortunately, like we have a lot of pressure, where we expected to be at a particular place, and we put that on ourselves as well. So I still feel it to this day, because the dreams that I have individually now, this is part of the manifestation of that dream. But I still feel like it's not where I would like it to be at the moment, and that's where that anxiety comes from. It's from wanting something more for yourself.
Definitely.
And feeling like the current reality isn't the reality that you kind of want for yourself right now. So part of us doing this as well, it's combining that conversational element with the media element, which that's where you in, which you're just perfect for the team in that way. That we want to use media to create positive change in society, as well as Guyasha Media, which is why they are part of what we're doing. So that's what we're trying to do as an organization. So I still feel it. I don't know, Godfrey, do you ever feel that way?
I still feel it right now. Even now, I'm still feeling a bit of anxiety about my future. I mean, I'm just over 30.
Yes.
And I had dreams for myself. I wanted to see myself as, I think sometimes we overly, I don't want to say overly ambitious, but we're not realistic sometimes in our dreams. But I thought I was going to have a corner office at this point. I would be, a head of department at this point. And on that journey to climbing the corporate ladder, you realize that some of those dreams that you had are no longer your dreams anymore. You realize that you have certain passions and talents that you want to, explore. And the Young Catalyst, for me, it came through in that I had a passion for graphic design. I had a passion for visuals and graphics. So that's where I then said, you know what? While I'm still working, let me then explore this talent, this passion that I have. And it has given me that opportunity to do that. So, but you're right. The anxiety does not go away. Our dreams change all the time. But I think we should just be forgiving to ourselves as well.
Definitely.
Because you might be so stressed. You might get so stressed. So because of the fact that you haven't achieved 1, 2, and 3, but you forget that everyone has their own path, and your path to get to your destination might take 3 different corners eventually for you to eventually get there. So let's just be forgiving of ourselves. As long as you're in the race and you can see that you are moving, that's
Absolutely.
good enough. That's good enough, I believe.
I think, Yazi, sorry that I'm agreeing, but I think, I found, specifically with you, Godfrey, I mean, we met in 2016, right?
Yes.
That's when we met. So it was the time of the rebrand as well, which was perfect. And that's what I believe God does. He basically brings people together for a particular reason. So I find it so important. So in me talking to Godfrey, I literally was watching his timeline. I mean, he's quite big on Instagram, known as Megapod. At Megapod 1. So I saw his Instagram and I saw some of the things he was doing, and I saw a real gift here, in terms of being able to put things visually together. You would make a lot of videos which are quite cool. And I called Godfrey and I was like, yo, Godfrey, is this something that you could maybe do for us, where you actually, tape or record or edit some of our videos that we have? And we found that you have a real talent for it. And I know I'm making an example about you, but I find it so important as well that you actually have people around you who notice your gifts and actually try to bring that out of you. So part of the whole manifestation of your vision board as well is to make sure that you're aligning yourself to the right people who are challenging you, and making sure that what you actually have in mind can manifest for yourself. You know, I don't know what you found about that.
I'm hearing you. I'm thinking about time purposes, so I don't want us to, delve too deeply into that. But I know that every vision board has to, let's call them, has to have ingredients.
Yeah.
So I want us to each speak about what ingredients would go into the TYC vision board.
Yeah.
So what are we intentional about? What are we aligning? What are we asking what are we putting out into the universe for our organization?
Yeah.
What do we want individually to do more that we didn't do last year? And what is the big picture for TYC? So personally, I know that I want my vision board to have an aura of patience, right? I want to be intentional about, and like Godfrey said, be forgiving about the years it'll take for me to get to where I need to be.
Absolutely.
Right? So if I'm putting, where's Prof Pakeng? If I'm putting a picture of our deputy mother on our vision board.
What's up?
Right? I love her so much.
Me too.
I'm going to add her on the video. But if I'm putting a picture of Prof Pakeng there, I am saying to myself that in 10 years' time, I want to be a visible, dominant, impactful black woman. Absolutely. But I know that it will take time, right?
Yeah,
and I know that I'm going to get there, but with time.
Absolutely.
So everything that I'm putting on my vision board this year is about patience and in knowing that certain steps will have to be taken for me to get where I need to be. It's not a quick fix. This is not a maths chart. It's not a formula. I'm going to get there eventually. But now, just for TYC specifically, what are the ingredients for you that need to go into this?
For me, it's to first of all provide even more direction.
Sure.
In terms of where we're taking the brand. Provide more structure underlyingly in terms of what's happening internally, how the business is, in terms of, if you really want to make this something which lasts. They say the lifeline of a business is money, as Cardi B says. Yeah. So, if we can basically do that for me structurally and make sure that the right required documents and everything that is needed to make sure that we're able to get those things is there, then for me, then I'll be very happy. Sure. I think that's the main goal this year. In terms of a longer term vision, I think I really want us to be a bridge in South Africa in terms of the face of young people who can and are doing more. Because there's a lot of young people who are doing great stuff that we know nothing about. So I really want us to kind of be like a bridge all around SA of that, in terms of the organizations that exist, in terms of the young people that have those organizations, and how to really give a different face to young people who are for social activism, who are for accomplishing the SDGs, and who really want to transform South Africa from the inside out, where we really take ownership of who we are, what we want, and also not rely solely on our political leaders.
Amazing. I love that. And you, Godfrey, what are the ingredients that you want to throw into this big plan, this big vision that we have for our organization?
I think for me, impact is important, right?
Yeah.
But to be impactful, we need a presence as well. And to have presence, we then need to have a proper structure in terms of how do we reach the audience that we want? Are we even reaching the audience that we want right now? So it's a matter of going back to the drawing board and saying, we have this message to communicate. We have this vision that we have for South Africa to change people's lives. Are we going in the right direction? What are we doing? Is it even planned in terms of what we're doing? Are we just posting on social media and expecting someone in the corner of the Western Cape to pick it up? We need to be intentional about those things. We need to have a structure, jot it down to say, this is what we're going to do. We want this number of following. These are the schools that we want to impact. These are universities. Let's go in there and not just expect them to, just pick us up somewhere in the universe. So I think increasing our presence and making sure that each and every individual that we're trying to help is aware that there's something called
Absolutely.
TYC. I think for me, it's two things. The first one is we're thinking big picture, right? Yeah, future. Grooming world leaders, right? Second is money. And the first one, we're not just grooming leaders here, guys, who are going to be passive about issues that affect us directly. We are here to break stereotypes. We're here to have uncomfortable conversations. We're here to have conversations that are necessary and important. I don't care where and how we do it, but I want us to change society's perceptions about so many things. Yes, we stand for employment, and we stand for entrepreneurship, and we stand for education. But also within that, can we also have uncomfortable conversations amongst black people, amongst people of color, with our white counterparts as well? And if we don't get past that, there's no way we can groom world leaders who will affect positive and necessary change in South Africa, right? So whether I'm speaking about the LGBT community, I need everybody here, I don't care how uncomfortable you are, to listen and to unlearn behaviors that are not going to take us anywhere as a country, right? Angola, I think just yesterday, they passed a law that, LGBT, they said conduct, literally, LGBT conduct is not criminal anymore. It's not a criminal offense.
Angola.
And I was saying, Angola, and I was saying,
Conduct, even the
conduct,
word.
the word
The
conduct.
word.
And I think that we're not where we need to be, and we're not having the conversations that we need to have. Secondly, money. I'm not going to be shy about that, and I don't think that any person who is starting a new business needs to be shy about that, or an organization. We need money to be able to affect the change. We need sponsorship. We need companies to come on board. We need corporate to come on board. We need government, even though we're not going to rely on them, but we need government to come on board. We need civil society to come on board and to also buy into our dream, right?
Yeah.
To also buy into our dream, because we need money to make it happen. You know, for us to be able to have partnerships with people, we need to pay them.
Yeah.
So we need money, and I really hope that I'm manifesting that for this year and years to come, that our organization will grow from strength to strength, but we need money in order to make that happen.
Absolutely.
And just lastly, because we're running out of time, and I'm so sad because we've had such a very short but lovely discussion.
Absolutely. We'll put it together.
We'll show you guys the
final product.
But TYC organization, right? Has done so much in the how many years? I mean, even with the when it was called
the testimony stories.
How many years has this organization been together?
So it's been since 2015. It's the 4th year now. Yeah.
What do you want people to take from this organization? What do you want to take? What do you want them to take from this organization? So when they've finished watching this video, they want to think that TYC and the people who work in TIC are.
I want people to take away what they're really able to accomplish and what they're able to manifest, and that it's really all possible. I think for me, that is the biggest thing that I want to young people to take out from us, basically showing young people being, you know, the organization which is able to expose those young people who are making those changes. So I think for me, it's just the possibilities of who you can become. I think that's the main thing.
Sure. Godfrey, quickly.
I think for me, the takeaway would be what I took away when I joined TYC.
Yeah.
I got to experience or discover my authentic self. You know, the truest expression of who you are, the very essence of you.
Come on.
And society has taught us to, you know, shut that guy in a room. And for me, if the next person can say, you know what, I was inspired by TYC to be my authentic self, we would have achieved quite a great deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was powerful.
Yeah, that was.
I think for me, it's learning that, and TYC, guys, is in no way an exclusionary organization, but this is for me personally. It's realizing that there are amazing, young, gifted black people in society, right? We have powerful minds, we can evoke change. And I think that being in this organization, having had the conversations that we've had, and having hosted a variety of people, we are powerful.
Absolutely.
We are powerful. We can do anything.
Yeah.
We deserve those seats at the table, and no one should make us feel comfortable when we are on those tables, right? And I remember I was reading Michelle's book, and I was also watching her interview, and she was saying, guys, I've been on those tables, and trust me, they're not that clever.
Yeah.
They're not that clever. And I just want everyone who's watching this video, who is a part of this organization, to realize that you deserve a seat at the table. You are more than qualified. You have been called, to do the work that you do. And just know that if you make people feel uncomfortable, you're on the right track. You're on the right track.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're on the right track. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on our 7th episode. I've had so much fun just putting our ideas, into focus, putting what we want for ourselves in 2019 and in years to come.
Absolutely.
I really hope that TYC grows from strength to strength with the partnership of Fuyasha Media in the background. We thank you guys so much for your help and for your assistance and just always making our brand bigger and better. But thank you so much for joining us. Until next time.